Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today, Rabia Khan ji joins us in this session. The demise of her daughter, Jia Khan, can never be forgotten as the culprits remain at large and provoke the innocent. Before I start, I'd like to speak on behalf of Mahesh, who is working selflessly to protect temple elephants, as many are being taken away from temples to zoos. Today, a tiger was killed in Gudalur, Tamil Nadu. This is an elephant corridor, which has been completely encroached by unscrupulous people who do not care for the majestic kind animal. So, tigers and elephants are coming out, and they are making use of this situation. Remember, friends, mainstream media in Tamil Nadu will not report this. We have to put a stop to this through word of mouth. Most times, forest guards work in tandem with them. Today, we have Rabia ji back with us, and welcome, Rabia ji. Rabia
So,
ji, see, the last time we heard the news was that the special court had rejected both the appeals. And so from there on, Rabia ji, what is happening at the moment, in this case?
yeah, sorry, Minaji.
Yeah.
The
So the
that
last time, what we heard from the courts was that both the appeals were rejected. Now, see, we have come to it's like a limbo. We are not going here or we are not going there. What is happening in the Jia Khan case, Rabia ji?
uh, Minaji. I mean, it is such a manipulation of this whole judiciary system that I am literally like tossed and thrown in every direction. Yes, I have not given up. Is because there are certain questions that I have asked the authorities. That you are saying that Suraj has abetted Jia to go to that extent of taking her life. And I said, what proof you have? So they said, it's the 6-page letter that Jia wrote. I said, but the 6-page letter was my little daughter who found in her drawer, in the box, in the wallet. So it was not a suicide note that she has left, but police says I have to give a little background because it's
Yes,
important.
absolutely.
So they used that, you know, to benefit their story of suicide. Before
Yes,
appearing to the crime scene, they had already concocted that this is a case of suicide just
yes,
because somebody has been found hanging.
yeah,
Right. And their own officer said it's a foul play because they saw observed injuries.
yes,
Now, what has happened? The police, in their charge sheet, did not include all those evidences which were throwing the light.
yeah,
So, for that reason, I went back to the court in October 2013 and reopened the case, where the judge understood what I'm trying over here to say and asked. The police said she was found hanging with a rope, but my counselor said no. The pictures, official pictures of police shows that it was a malmal dupatta,
yes,
right? And everybody saw that it was a malmal dupatta, which which
yes,
was taken from somewhere where Jia would also not even think of.
yes,
So, so on that point, the court said, please reinvestigate as homicide. But police did not do anything. I went to see court again with more forensic reports then, that which was identified with the pictures because the body is gone and now the pictures are remained,
yeah,
right? And the police are very well trained what to do, what not to do, how to investigate. It's not that we are investigating officers over there.
yeah,
If I had a
yeah,
little bit of training, then I would have first made my lawyer to come there and,
yeah,
and would have said, no, nobody's going to touch this body, nobody's going to do anything. And I
yeah,
would also make sure that I am there and everything is there, Now, what happened after the case went to CBI? So initially, CBI took a very very firm steps
Yeah.
by coming to our house for 3 4 days, taking my statement, looking at the crime scene, asking me a few relevant questions, and coming with a complete suspicious mind that this is a case of homicide and this is not. In fact, the officer who met me in London, in my London home, for 6 hours, he was there with a prosecutor. Even there, he said, we know it is murder, but we do not, we have got to now collect, send telephone data to the forensic department and all this. Coming to cutting all that story down, that we are here, I went to High Court. CBI, who was supposed to ask what they are asking today, the two evidences, that is the ligature and the BlackBerry, to send it for forensic analysis and to open it to find out the GPS and also to find out the text messages, what was the communication that was happening between the accused and Gia. So that they did not do. And now they did it after 8.5 years. So that has also been rejected. Why? Because in 2016, they said that we don't need to investigate. We have already done our full investigation. And the BlackBerry, we cannot open it because the accused is not giving the password. So that means the accused is not being cooperative, right? And then I gave them the forensic report of digital forensic report. I said, nothing is deleted. Everything can be retrieved, even if the phone is broken or
Absolutely.
has been caught fire or whatever. So in the digital world, nothing is deleted. You have seen Paramveer's and Vaze's case, how they went and got things from the river and opened it and retrieve everything.
Yeah.
In fact, when I took this matter to High Court, that BlackBerry should be looked into and sent for forensic analysis, that time also CBI said that they have done their level best. So the judge said, okay, Miss Khan, would you like to have your daughter's phone? I said, yes, please. Then I would like to have them. And immediately CBI said, no, she will tamper it. Are Baba, you couldn't tamper it. How will I tamper it? And what is there in there that is not retrievable? So CBI went there asking for the first time. They were rejected. And now I want to see that their application has been rejected. And my application in petition 669, when I went to High Court saying that CBI has not investigated my case properly, there are many discrepancies that I highlighted in the High Court. And I said, please ask CBI to further investigate and fully investigate the case. CBI at that time said they have investigated. So the accused in this point is right, that CBI had said in 2016 that they have already investigated the whole entire case. And now why are they asking for two evidences? But let me tell you, Minaji, as per law, if the agency finds something more suspicious, they can see the investigation to the limit they have completed. Now, investigation beyond that limit, they can continue it even if the trial is on. Now, this public does not understand these points, right? But over here, it has been recognized even by the court that the charge sheet has been filed. Even if the charge sheet has been filed and the trial is on, still investigation can be looked into anything that CBI finds that they need to look at. And that is why CBI went and asked for ligature and for the BlackBerry phones to send to forensic analysis. Now, CBI's charge sheet has been inconclusive. Now, they write that the court has observed that the forensic report. Now, whose forensic report? Because there is discrepancies in forensic reports. You understand my point? So I am thinking that it is what has been presented to the judge. We have given all our applications, and in fact, the court says that the application 669 was completely rejected by the High Court. And I don't know why again Rabia Khan is coming and asking. I will keep on asking, because that is exactly what is missing, is the full investigation. And why should I not ask? It's my daughter. I am the witness, and I am the complainant, and I will complain if the investigation is not carried on properly and I did not get the answers. I mean, they are putting down my throat. Listen, you better do and accept what we are saying. Why
Yeah.
should I accept? If their daughter dies in this manner, will they accept it? You tell me. I am asking them to put their feet in my shoes and ask, and then come to the court and ask questions. They will be asking the same questions as I am asking.
Yes.
Right? How is it possible that the injuries that are inflicted on Jia is not consistent with the dupatta? You never even collected dupatta, and for the court to reject these is making me think that in which direction court is going.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a complete preparation for the acquittal.
Yeah.
Right? And he has been, if you look at it in realistic sense, he is acquitted. He's leading a life what he wants. His films are being launched. They are flopping. That's a different issue. But he's not leading a prisoner's life. He is not house arrested. He roams around whenever he has to go. Everybody in the court does salutations to him, gives him the liberty of traveling, and he travels. So what kind of a different life he is leading?
Yeah.
He's leading a life of a free man.
Yes.
Absolutely. And now it is, to give such a mockery to the court and judiciary is actually they are giving their own status as officers a world mockery.
Yes.
I am ashamed. First of all, they said, please tell the media, tell everyone that you trust us. But you have not even investigated the case. How can I trust you? And those officers got ranking. Those officers have got higher status. Those officers have got added badges.
Yeah.
Do you understand my case? And I'm still asking the questions. And the questions which are relevant, which has not been answered. Now what happens? The public does not read the charge sheet because it's not exposed to them. The public does not read orders which has been released by the court. So they do not know exactly what is happening.
Yes.
And why is Rabia going, oh, she's a mother, she's gone mad. Do I look mad? Because I'm raising questions. And do you see me that bleeding and that? Yes, I have bled. I bleed in my own privacy. I am fighting. My fight is my own, with my own blood and sweat that I have earned all these years. I am putting it. That is bleeding. That is my tears.
Yeah, but Rabia ji, see, the people who are saying that are just trying to protect the crime.
Yes, they are, and they are trying to evade. They are trying to blame. Now, if Surat Pancholi, who has been accused by the police for abetting Jia, right? What proof do they have? 6-page letter. Let me tell you very frankly. I said before also, Meenaji, in your channel and other media, and even in at that time, even the mainstream media used to come and ask me. I said CBI in their own charge sheet has said that the 6-page letter is not a suicide note.
Yeah.
So now why the court is turning that letter as suicide note? So why CBI? Now I do not know in whose boat CBI is sitting. Now this is CBI court.
That is a doubt.
Earlier, Meenaji, it was a state of Maharashtra court.
Yes, yes.
Now it has gone to CBI court, and the accused comes and says, oh, he's so relaxed because now it will be fast-tracked. But now, and I was waiting, I said, you see, in my I remember my statement, I said, oh, now CBI will have no excuse for doing further investigation and getting the expert to have an opinion, take a ligature and send it to the forensic and give an opinion whether the injuries are consistent with the ligature or not.
Yes.
Right? This is what I said. So now CBI can use the best of expertise. They cannot say we don't have, we can't go here, we can't go there, we cannot ask question. We have been told not to interrogate him. So they can't have any excuse now.
Yes.
But now, after this order was passed and the first prominent hearing, after everybody submitted what their calls were, the defense used every defense, they used the political influence, they used everything. That is how the order has come. This is what my analysis of the order is.
Yeah.
That is definitely not looked into it, but has been influenced.
Yes.
Do you
Deepti
understand?
is also joining us, Rabia. So let me just add Deepti also. 1 second. Yeah. Welcome, Deepthi.
Namaste,
Deep.
Minaji. Hi, Rabia ji. How are you?
Looking forward to meet you on this.
Yes, yes, I am.
Yeah,
So,
Rabia ji, continue.
Ajay Deepthi,
Yeah.
that I was shocked to see this order. That judge has definitely made many observations, but the conclusions of the order does not look that it has been factual and it has been truthfully assessed or analyzed, and that many things have been hidden, either to give the benefit to the accused or or I just don't know, or maybe the question is to look the other way,
Yeah.
because that is exactly what comes in my common sense, as a common mother, as a common person, as a common citizen. I am not influential. I do not even know personally Narendra Modi ji. I do not even know any ministers personally.
Yes.
Do you understand me? I do not have any influence on the Maharashtra government or the police or anyone. I am nobody. Please try to understand. I hold a British passport, but British passport has no powers in the jurisdiction of India.
Yes.
This has to be very clear. Sorry. To public, they think, oh, my daughter was American, I'm British citizen. Just because we are foreigners, we have got great powers. No.
Yeah.
In that hometown, in that homeland, people, the leaders and the authorities who are there, they have the powers. They can say anything what they want.
Yeah.
The only voice that is going to be very effective is our leader, Honorable Narendra Modi ji. If he will say that, I'm sorry, it has to be looked into it authentically and truthfully and honestly, then the judiciary system can probably give few answers, which I'm
Yes.
looking.
Yeah.
Minaji, before I finish,
Yeah.
the order also says that CBI has looked into territory that Suraj Pancholi was not in that location. Now, this is a complete contradictory to the statement CBI was asking, that they had put an application asking for BlackBerry to look into the GPS and to look into the text messages, the communication that was happening. Right? Now, you tell me, the location tower, the police looked into location towers. You have seen so many cases, even in this Raj Kundra's case, how they have gone and explored everything, every location, every conversation, every digital evidence to find the truth out.
Yes.
Baze, where he was, and even Mansukh Hiran, where he
Yes.
was and where he was found. So this is completely, in my case, they are doing this, either they are wounding me further because they have not, maybe they want to see me dead, or they may want to see me completely crushed.
Yeah.
Either that, because otherwise what other benefit do they have?
Yeah.
They are getting their benefits from the accused for influence or for high ranks or for positions or for money or for whatever. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't, because I am just thinking that why they are doing it. So now, if you do not know the GPS and you are looking at the location tower location, when you
Yes.
look at tower location, Minaji, I am also that in that tower location.
Yes.
Anju Mehndru is also in that tower location.
Yeah.
All those, Suraj Pancholi is also in that tower location. Do you understand me? Because his place is 1 minute 58 seconds away from my tower location. So tower location is a broader area that it covers.
Yeah.
The GPS is one spot that you say that you were there at that location at that time, maybe outside the door of Sagar Sangeet.
Yes.
So that GPS the CBI does not have. So what explanation they are giving? You understand my point? Yes, there are courts, there are higher courts that I've got to, but I have been doing this marathon and people are considering me as insane.
Yes.
But this is the exercise that the police and the CBI and the judiciary wants me to do.
Yeah.
They want me to follow a pattern that for everything, go back. That if when I go back, Minaji,
Yes.
I went many times back, And the High Court and the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court always told me that the Session Court has equal powers.
Yeah.
They have the powers. No, but the lower court says, no, we don't have the powers.
Yeah.
And when I go back, they say, why did they not do it? They have equal power. Go back to them.
Yeah.
And I go
Rabia
back.
ji,
Yeah.
Rabia ji, they just don't want you to go back. They want you to get fed up running around with
Yeah.
no results. Absolutely. They just want you to give up on the case.
But they are not understanding. They are inflicting curses upon themselves.
Yes.
I am not joking. I will not give up. Please make it very sure I will not give up. I am
Please
talking-
don't give up. Please don't give up, Rabia ji. And Meena ji, I don't know. I mean, if judiciary acts this way, okay, we all had a ray of hope when Jia Khan's case was transferred to
Yes,
CBI.
CBI.
And they said that it was fast tracked and CBI would be, requesting for FBI to crack the BlackBerry for the messages and all. And also they want to examine the dupatta.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, let's leave everything, GPS and everything. Let's leave everything. Okay. So, even legally, I would like to ask the judge one thing. Okay, if they want to close this case as suicide, kindly give us the answers for the injury marks on Jia Khan's body under her chin, which is clearly shows
And
that it has been made when a watch has been pressed against her chin.
Yeah.
Okay, and also if a forensic expert testifies in the court, Rabia ji, okay, there are two injuries here. One injury is on her left forearm. Inside of her left forearm, slightly bluish kind of a mark, as if someone has held her tightly, or if you watch it closely, there's a ring mark, like as if she has been bitten there. Now, forensic expert can actually make out, just by looking at the photographs, how the Scarbon's report and Jason Payne's report has come up with so many discrepancies.
Yes.
Okay, in the, and the lack of investigations in that regard. Okay, just by looking at it, a forensic expert can testify in the court, Rabia ji, can testify in the court if it is if it's an anti-mortem injury or post-mortem injury.
Yeah. They were anti-mortem, and last time when Meena ji had invited, a pathologist, who was an expert in this field, if he said he's an outsider, he's not connected with us, he does not even know us, and he has read it all in that public domain, whatever the information is.
Yes.
He has seen the pictures, and from the pictures, the first look, he said that these injuries are not caused by the ligature that has been found around Jia. Now, what ligature was used is different, but what ligature is being used to stage the death is different.
Yes.
So there are two ligatures, which Jason Payne also says there is a different ligature that has been implied on Jia Khan by others, which shows that this has been a strangulation, homicidal death.
And Rabia ji, one more thing. If Meena ji, if you can show the photographs, I don't want to, bring that up. But Rabia ji, there are 3 marks. There are 3 marks. There are 3 marks on her neck, all around her. If it had been death due to hanging, there should have only ideally been 1 mark.
Yes, one ligature. Yes,
one ligature should have. There are 3 marks, and there's a injury mark, as if it has been pressed. I mean, against a
blunt
dial of the watch. Dial of the watch or something like that. And also the mark that is there on her forearm. Okay, it's slightly bluish in color. It's not deep blue in color. So if any forensic expert is called, Meena ji, they will say, because if the injury happens prior to 24 hours of the death, okay, then the mark would be dark bluish in color. But once the oxygen is cut off, okay, if it is slightly just a few 1 hour or a few hours before the actual death happened, then since the oxygen is cut off, the blood won't clot that much. It stops there. Okay. So that's why there's the slight injury mark over there.
Yes.
I just want to ask the honorable judge, whoever has given this, I don't know, I don't want to, sound as if I am.
Deepthi, let me just show the picture.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
1 second. Hold on, please. Just bear with me a few minutes.
I'm sorry, Rabia ji. I know it. I know it is painful for you too, but
And in this picture, I have to tell you, behind the ear, there are cuts and bruises.
Yes.
And there was no knot over there. How did
Yeah.
that
kindly zoom in. Kindly zoom in that,
Zoom.
Minaji. I will tell you,
Just
3 marks
yeah.
are there. 1,
One
2,
second.
and 3.
behind the ear?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. Hold on. Is that better?
No, it is not. But there is, you can see one bruise, but there are 2, 3 bruises. And when
Okay.
I showed this to CBI officer who was a
1
junior.
second. I'll just show you here. There's one more. Yeah.
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 Now, what kind of cloth will create that?
That's a hand.
Yeah.
And here, I was talking about that mark, Minaji. Just
Yes, the hand.
This one. It's slightly bluish in color. Okay, because and
Yes.
it was inflicted just a few,
hours
just few minutes before. Not even few hours, few minutes, within an hour or so before. So the one of the observations of the court that it can be a suicide because there has been no signs of struggle. That itself is a fallacy.
Yes.
Because there is no explanation. And one more thing here, please hold that. Yeah, here there are 2 marks on the lower lip, right? That happens when someone exerts pressure on the neck and then your teeth bites downwards.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
When you asked, no, Deepti, that I asked Jason, he said that these marks are of a blunt. You see, when you try to close the mouth, or you punch on the mouth, because if you see, when you wear a watch and you hit somebody like that, it will go directly, directly under over here. And when you hit over here, then you will, because if somebody who's being strangulated, you open your mouth, you don't bite your lips. Please make this. You're gasping for breath. You will open your mouth as wide as possible and gasp for breath. You will not. And this is exactly what last time when Meenaji had invited that pathologist, he said this, which I completely agreed, because that is also 2, 3 experts had told me that these marks are not the teeth mark. They are the mark of a trauma, or some kind of putting hand or hitting on a mouth.
Yes.
That is what Jason also wrote in his report. So I have to say, Deepti ji, please give me 1 minute. Now, court, these pictures, and there was an application 95 which I had submitted to the court via High Court. Now, in that application 95, when I went to High Court asking for BlackBerry investigation, asking for ligature to be sent to laboratory, asking for further investigation, and asking the court for a chart sheet to include Gia's injury pictures, and the call logs, so many other things over there. So this application 95, CBI said they cannot break into BlackBerry, so that was omitted. They cannot do anything about it. But partially it was accepted. And we went through Supreme Court and submitted to the Session Court. That has been not included in the order. That has been said that, it was rejected. How is it rejected? If that is rejected, if Session Court says it's rejected, that means no Gia's pictures are included in the trial. No questions that I have raised about ligature or BlackBerry or call logs, nothing has been accepted.
So that means this has been mishandled. Your case has been mishandled. It's clearly mishandled, Rabia. How can they not take into account such
and it has
crucial?
Been rejected. So how can it be possible that everything that we have given to that means Jason's report is rejected. That means Scarman's report is rejected, because all this we had submitted partially with application 95.
I'm not so.
I can understand. 669, I understand we wanted CBI to do full investigation, and they said we have already done it. So the court said when they have already done it, so they rejected it. But we went again, we said with application 95 saying, okay, no, they have not done this, they have not done this, they have not done this. And this is not included. Jason's report is not included. So we went and got it submitted to the Session Court through the prosecutor, and it was accepted. Now, it is the prosecutor's job, Meenaji, to collect evidence from me. But the CBI officer, I've never heard in any part of the world that the prosecutor does not get in touch with the victim or the victim's family and ask if we have any more evidences or what do we have to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have never heard this, because a good prosecutor, there was one, Mr. Pandey from CBI, who had come, and he came to the crime scene. And that is when his team came and they looked into the injury pictures. And one of the junior officers said, oh, she was killed by somebody who is martial art expert. I said, how did you say that? Then he showed me the injury behind the ears, and they said that these people, they hit in certain way, certain
Yes,
manner where,
yes. Absolutely.
minimum injuries are shown.
Yeah.
And that is exactly, how can CBI say there was no injury, struggle mark? How?
That
when
is
you
what?
can easily say. And they went with this question to the JJ hospital forensic doctors, and they said this could be a lividity mark. Which forensic doctor in this world will say that this is a lividity mark? You know what lividity marks are? When you lay the body, or the body is lying, so all the blood surfaces to the pressure points. And every area of the pressure point which is touching to the gravitational, is gravitating, that's where the bruise like blue marks come, and that is called lividity marks.
Yes.
So you know, they say, oh, ab to tum expert ho gayi ho. Excuse me, I am observing as a common person. Yes, I'm educated. I'm not an uneducated person. I may not be forensic expert or anything, but my common sense, I am a science student. I studied science. I did my graduation in science. So I can ask, I have studied this. But I have not taken my career into that medical field. I went into artistic field. But common question I raised, asking, reassuring my own intellect and knowledge by the forensic experts, can this be a lividity mark? They said, huh? Who said? I said, never mind, but just answer me. They said, no, how can it be? Do you understand what lividity mark is? I said, yes. When I gave explanation, they said, yes, exactly, that is what. Then why are you asking us the question?
Yeah, Rabia ji, just a question. See, what a normal viewer would ask you is that, wouldn't the judge then question the CBI lawyer, saying that, see, did he get any more evidence or did he look for anything more?
No questions were asked. No questions were asked. They have looked into Juhu police charge sheet. They have accepted that. They have looked into CBI charge sheet, which was a cut and paste of the Juhu police. This is happening is because of the Maharashtra government.
Yeah. So the whole thing is a farce.
Yes.
So they just, it was like a drama or a nautanki that they did.
Yes.
To fool us and to tie a sort of a cloth on, in our eyes and say that, see, we've done your work. That's it.
And to say, ये औरत जो है, ये माँ जो है, वो deliberately delay कर रही है. Deliberately. अभी delay तो आप लोग कर रहे हैं. Deliberately delay तो आप लोग कर रहे हैं. Deliberately एक evidence को आप hide कर रहे हैं. मैं कैसे deliberately कर रही हूँ? मुझे बताइए. ये deliberation तो आपके अंदर आनी चाहिए ना. How can I delay?
This is the sorry state of affairs, Rabia ji. Only just one thing. Okay, accepted, everything accepted. If the honorable court can give us, or the defense can give us the reasons for the injury marks on the body, as per that should collude with forensically as well. If they are antemortem or postmortem, that can be told. How did that injury marks happen? If the court can answer that logically, we will accept their rejection of no further investigation.
No,
but if they do not have the answers, that means it requires further investigation.
Yes, but
they do not have. Yeah,
that is not enough. The histopathology report of the neck has still today not come. Where in the postmortem report, it clearly says, that the final report is being awaited. So when the report is being awaited, then why are you writing that suicide? बस नहीं, हमने जो कह दिया उसको आप पत्थर की लकीर की तरह समझ लो. तो मुल्क कौन चला रहा है? मुल्क अंडरवर्ल्ड चला रहा है. मुल्क बॉलीवुड चला रहा है. जुडिशरी भी बॉलीवुड चला रही है। आपके ऐसे ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंशियल क्रिमिनल्स जो हैं वो आपकी जुडिशरी चला रहे हैं और उनको मैनेज कर रहे हैं। और वो मैनेज इसलिए हो रहे हैं क्योंकि उनके तो फायदे हैं। 9 साल जो खिंचा है, तो 9 साल का आप सोच लो कितनों का खाता खुला होगा, कितनों की प्रमोशन हो गई होगी, कितनों का बैजेस, एक्स्ट्रा बैजेस लग गए होंगे, कितनों को अपलॉज कर दिया गया होगा कि यू हैव डन अ गुड जॉब बाय कवरिंग इट, वी नीड यू।
And Meenaji, I mean, everyone can see that it's, I mean, such a shoddy job done by the agencies and the judiciary, and the judgment given is, I mean, it's outrageous.
Outrageous तो आप SSR का देख लीजिए, उसका तो मुझसे ज्यादा outrageous है। You understand me? And over here, because the charge sheet has been filed, charge sheet भी तो आपने rush और prematurely file की है. When I went to the head office of CBI, the JD, the joint director, questioned this officer who was in charge of my case, that did you prematurely file this charge sheet? Where is the ligature? Where is the BlackBerry? Why it has not been sent? He was. And then later on, when the meeting finished after 6 hours, the officer in charge of my case is asking me, so Rabia, madam, what do you want me to do? I said, do I have to tell you what to do? Haven't you heard me 6 hours what I've told you, that what has not been done? Here is the report, Scarman's report. Please read it and see what has not been done. And please do that. Interrogate those people. And I know those people have not been touched. It's a shame. It's, as I'm so mixed up. Should I cry? Should I be angry? Or what should I do? I question my God, my Creator. Why have you chosen me for such a task? It is not easy. I am telling today to all the mothers that it is not easy. I do not even wish them to be in my shoes. Sometimes I think those people, who have sidelined and have not raised voice and have, gone, maybe they are in a better position than I am. I am humiliated. I am looked as criminal. If Surat Pancholi has not done and Jia has committed suicide, then who has abated? Then is Surat Pancholi saying she had no work, so lack of work, so Bollywood has abated? Then catch hold of all those people. Then catch hold of a manager.
Rabia ji, I think...
Why police caught him? You see, I question from every angle. I look at the glass from every angle, whether it is half full or empty, half empty. I look at it from every angle, whether it is a circular or a square or a triangle. Do you understand my point? And I am asking question 24/7 because my daughter lives in me. I am her voice and she's inside me.
Yeah.
So this judgment this order that I read, and you want to proceed with trial on this order? Then I think so, then it is absolutely, I mean, I just don't even know. I'm failing with words. I'm failing with words. I do not know who to go to. We raised voice. We raised voice. You think Honorable Prime Minister does not know? You think Americans don't know? Do you think the British? Everybody knows it. But they have left it. They say, when I ask them, they say, we have left it for the authorities who have been appointed for this purpose. We have seen the case in Vaze and Parambir, how the authority dealt with Arnab Goswami, how the authority dealt with these, with Mansukh Hiren. We know how cases are handled.
And Meenaji and Rabia ji, though, I mean, like, people will hound me now, but let me tell you that our team has even approached the President's office, Prime Minister's office, and we know for a fact that they know. Because we have interacted. We have interacted them, even with regarding Sridevi ji's case, we have interacted. They know of the proceedings. They know what our proofs are there. I'm talking about the highest office at the President's office here. So I have never told it, but now I'm telling it because these people know. It's not that they are unaware of all the injustice that are happening around.
Yeah, because
So I
one of
don't know what is stopping them from taking. I mean, I am also at a loss whom to go to. That's the reason I shifted. I had to, you know, take the help of International Court of Justice. There also some politics is going on. I will come to that later. But I recently we had decided, Minaji, we had decided that we will all, when Rabia ji comes to India, we'll all go to Prime Minister's office together. And I wanted that exercise to happen because I want people to know, and the authorities also to feel the pressure that now the people know that we know. So we should act.
Yeah, but Diti, let me tell you, if my case investigation is in the hand of police and CBI, if they are look at investigation in SSR case, it is right in front of you. Now, who is delaying it? Tomorrow they will say, oh, SSR's family is delaying trial or delaying investigation. Are they going to blame them? Investigation was in the hand of CBI after police had not done their job. That is why the matter went to CBI. CBI has not done full investigation. Now CBI went to ask for two evidences. They can go. So, but the court is saying, no, they cannot. That means you are already creating a thick door in front. Now it is done. Now leave it.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying. This is misuse. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if a judge have...
We went once and we were rejected. So I want to know that CBI never contacted me. Madam, we went, we have asked, and we have been rejected. We are very sorry. We will try our best. I am the victim's family. I am the mother. I am the complainant. Do you understand me? They never came to me or said anything. They have not approached my lawyer also and said that we will go to High Court, we will go to Supreme Court. We want those two evidences. Are they adamant to do investigation? Are they adamant to find the perpetrator? No, Minaji, they are not. They have their judge sitting over there. And I can't say anything. The judge is saying whatever judge is given. I can't hear you, Minaji.
Yeah. Suppose the judge, see, a viewer asks you, suppose the lawyer failed and the judge failed you. From there, who can question them?
That's what.
First of all, Minaji, the question arises for CBI to question the police. They have never questioned the police.
Yeah.
Leave aside my lawyer, leave aside the judge. Yeah. First, during the investigation, it was the duty of the CBI officer to question the police.
Yes.
Do you understand me? And bring the answers on the chart sheet.
Yeah.
Which has not been done. Then it says in the order that court has recognized the psychological report of CBI. The psychological report, let me highlight few things. Psychological report of CBI says that the accused is lying. The accused is hiding something. His body language is weird. He's murmuring and whispering. He's not telling the truth of what happened that night.
Yeah.
Then it says he is incooperating and not giving his password to open the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
These are the two main things. Then CBI says that the suicide note was not suicide. It was sometime back Jia had written. Sometime earlier, Jia had written.
Yeah.
Then the chart sheet also says that chart sheet says about CBI recovering 3.5 lakhs from accuser's house, and CBI finding out the new order that Jia had placed.
Yeah.
So do you understand? There are many things in chart sheets, and the chart sheet also says the forensic report is inconclusive because the forensic doctors have requested to look at the ligature to give a final report. So how can Jason's report be rejected? How can, when High Court had given partially accepted 95, application 95, why has that been rejected?
Rabia ji, see, Dhruv has joined us. Dhruv, is there something you would like to ask or like to say?
No, I would like to share actually because three important things here which I noted when I saw the photographs on the show today. I tried texting it out to Deepti ji as well. She was busy
Who
with
is
the show.
he?
She did not share. I'm from Deepti ji's side, ma'am. I spoke to you on the call also once, I believe.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is as simple as this, ma'am. See, now if you closely watch the neck, as Rabia ji said, it was a work of a martial artist. Let's start from there. There were two ligature marks where the third one was faintly visible, not that properly visible. That happens when something like a fiber wire or the nunchucks, which these martial artists use to practice, right, that is used.
Yeah.
And if you closely note for the chain of events after Jia Khan ji's death, you will see that Suraj Pancholi's hands were actually injured and he never came in front of the media for some time because he was having something wrong in his hands.
Okay. Okay.
The first point. Now, the second most important point. If we go according to the Indian Constitution, and if we have seen a history of all the cases, be it a scam case, be it a forgery case, be it whichever case, when two agencies has given a report, and when the forensic experts or the people who are investigating it have a different angle to add to the story. There is something called as the SIT probe or the Central Vigilance Agencies which come into the picture. Now,
Okay.
genuinely, if the court wanted to rule this judgment out, it should have done in the initial days. Now, 8 years after the death, there is no visceral samples. There is no, what do you say? There is nothing which can be procured now to prove
Yeah.
that the body did not suffer before death.
Yeah.
The grounds on which the order was rejected is there was no signs of fight or what do you say वो झगड़ा जो होता है
Struggle.
ना वो
Struggle.
Struggle.
struggle जो होता है there
Hmm.
was no signs of it. Did the court realize after 8 years or what took them that time frame to actually do it?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
the next important question.
they can, if somebody comes and knocks me at the back, where will I be? I will be incapacitated to have to struggle with a person.
Yeah.
But there are
You,
marks of struggle, Rabia ji, as well. There are injury marks as well.
yeah,
There are
नहीं
those
नहीं नहीं
marks.
those injury
think
marks. I'm
It's not
sorry.
struggle. There
नहीं
are
नहीं
Yeah,
injury marks of fight happening.
that is not struggle. That
Not
is
struggle, but a
an
fight
impact.
happening.
Yeah, the first impact.
Yes,
So when you have a first impact, such a shock, you have fallen.
exactly.
That
It's
is
not
why
a first struggle, but there's a
that
fight
is
that
why the
happened.
imprint of the watch is there, because that's the impact.
नहीं second, I think all the three ladies, all the three wonderful ladies whom I always respect. One is Meena Das Narayan ji, always the voice of truth. Second is Rabia ma'am, you are a stand-in example to the world that even a common man can do anything. Third, of course, doesn't need any introduction at all. One thing what I wanted to point out over here is, apart from these marks on the body, if you closely watch the portion how the lip was closed, there is a clear cut indication that कि मुट्ठी बंदी थी. ओके, और मुट्ठी बंदी थी उसके बाद हाथ खोला गया है क्योंकि जब मुट्ठी बनती है ना तो पंखुड़ियां सिलुकती है. इफ यू वॉच द आईज ऑफ जिया वेरी क्लोजली देयर वर टाइनी ड्रॉप्स ऑफ वाटर्स ऑन द आईलेट. आईलेट वाज लिटिल क्या बोलते हैं वेट. और अगर आदमी ने सुसाइड किया होता, सॉरी मैम आई नो इट इज नॉट अ सुसाइड बट वी आर जस्ट डिस्कसिंग इट आउट, अगर आदमी या औरत ने सुसाइड किया होता then the ligature mark should have been pointing upwards.
You're talking about the lips, right?
Yes, the not the lips dear, the mark on the chin or the what you say on the neck, it is pointing upwards. Okay, if it was a suicide it should have been a what you say V mark. This mark is pointing upwards, matlab kuch aisa kiya hoga. Like, am I visible guys? One second, let me try and keep my phone at a say. Am I visible? Am,
Yes.
one second, I'm sorry. Am I visible, Rabia ji, Deepti ji?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So उसको ऐसा पकड़ के ना, here, this should have been done. Because the fiber wire or the nunchucks, whatever it is, if it was a trained martial artist, they would lock it like this. It was not a trained one, so it was locked like this. That gave the 2 marks. The initial place where it was, and when Gia actually struggled, got the 2 marks. So there are signs of struggle in there. So whatever the judgment the court has given, it is a big, what you say, joke in itself, saying that there is no struggle.
Look, I have to say one thing. The way my 9 years journey has been, and they are very adamant, and it is like they are the tekadars of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
platform. I was
To your knowledge
expecting,
as well, I'm
I was
sorry
never
to cut you in
expecting any
between.
justice. I was never expecting any justice.
Yeah.
I was only from the day one fighting to surface the truth. And I
Yeah.
have managed to expose as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I will continue that. Justice is not, it's God's play.
Yeah.
You understand me? And they are cherry picking justice
Yeah.
because they think the system is theirs. And as long as they are in that position, as long as their pockets are full, they will do what possible for
See,
them.
Rabia ji. See, Rabia ji. See, recently we know that another murder happened. Siddharth Shukla is a murder. Everybody knows that. Even the face was not shown when the man was taken for his funeral. And everybody who attended the funeral was asked not to take any pictures, any video, or even whisper about what had happened. So it's a pattern that's been happening for many years, and Jia Khan's is just one of the the patterns that they are following. And see, it's been coming from Divya Bharti. It's been there for Parveen Babi. It's happening to everybody. Sushant, Jia,
But
this
Meena
one.
ji,
Ah,
but Meena ji here, Rabia ji, you just imagine 8 years, 9 years from UK fighting a case from this court, that
yeah,
court, CBI court. I mean, why should someone has to spend so much? I mean to establish truth in something which is an unnatural death.
yes.
Why should, I mean, I don't understand this.
But here, what I'm trying to get to, Deepti and Rabia ji, is the sheer arrogance of the people who are behind it. They are saying that we
Exactly,
don't care two
exactly.
hoots. Okay, the judiciary is with us. Everybody is with us. We will do what we like. You can keep fighting for 8 or 9 years. We don't care till you get tired and give up. That is
That
that is
is
the
what?
attitude. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is.
I suppose that is their agenda and that is how it works. But I am just asking questions. And it's been that many years. And if they are not willing to answer my question, then there will be no courts in this world who will give me answers. I have, even now, for the judgment that I have read, do you understand me? So many questions arose, and I compared to all the previous judgments that I have got, and I said, how is it? Yes, I understand. This was this High Court rejected because CBI said no. We have done full investigation. We don't need anything, right? Knowing that they did not touch into BlackBerry, and they said they cannot because he's not cooperating. And then now, after 8.5 years, they go back and say, oh, give us the ligature. So what kind of investigation you have done? The main thing is, if an investigating officer goes and looks for a weapon, in this case, the weapon was the ligature. Now, there were two ligatures. Either they have the original ligature that was used, and that is why they are saying that they have investigated, and this was just because when you see the third ligature mark, which is very superficial, that is because the malmal dupatta that she was found hanging, that was very soft.
Yeah.
So it could be a
Exactly.
soft, but the harsh one that was used, which has created a harsh marks around her neck, so that ligature, probably they have it. Now the thing is, when they say, like the officer told told joint director in CBI head office, we have got a lot of material, but we cannot expose it because that will give benefit to the defense. I said, but I'm here. Tell me at least, so that I will not go asking questions, so that I will sit quiet for and wait for justice system and trial to proceed. Do you understand me? Tell
Yes.
me no. And the officer also says, this is one thing that he said, and he said that that you and me, both are in the same boat. I said, no, I am not in your same boat.
Yeah.
And that's I established today that where are we in the same boat? They have not even called me. They have not even emailed me. And they are not even they have what is more laughable is that CBI court has rejected CBI's request for 2 evidence.
Yeah.
I can understand CBI court rejecting my application for full investigation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then for CBI to reject their own.
And the reason used was, I mean, it's so, I mean,
There was
funny.
no
I
reason.
don't silly.
No reason.
Silly. They are saying that CBI is contradicting its earlier stand.
Pardon? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Some flimsy excuse of CBI contracting its earlier stand, and hence they are rejecting that. I mean, some flimsy excuse. See here. What I would like to ask, a simple question. Everyone knows that if CBI has done full investigation, then it should have answers for all the questions regarding Jia Khan's death
Okay.
and
Now
the
see
marks.
another question.
And Dipti ji,
Another
if I'm
question,
allowed to
Deepti,
step
and
in here,
one
Meena
second,
ji.
Dhruv. Just 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
One question to Rabia ji and Deepti. See, is that why did they then retake the case? What was the intention? Who were they trying to fool? Were they given some political pressure from the higher ups that they
Yes.
had to reopen the case? Okay, they had to reopen the case based on some political pressure. Okay, now so they just did it to fool everybody, saying that we have done it now and now it's closed again.
No, it's
So
a complete.
who own the same political power? Question it.
You see,
Shouldn't they be
Nahin,
intelligent
Meena
enough to
ji,
ask? Yeah.
Meenakshi, let me
Meena
explain.
ji,
When
if
the
you
case was,
Okay.
just a minute, Dhruv, just a minute. Let me finish
Yeah.
this. I need to answer Meenaji's question.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is that when police when the matter went to CBI during
Yeah.
the trial court, the case was with Maharashtra police,
Yes.
Juhu,
Yes.
Maharashtra state, and that time I was given the privilege to appoint a prosecutor.
Yeah.
So I appointed my lawyer as a prosecutor to this case, who said that these he numbered all the charges that needs to go in.
Yeah.
Then the thing came. I had to put applications in which that application was refused. So I went to Supreme Court and then I brought the application. And the judge said they will accept it only through the prosecutor. At that time, the prosecutor signed it and accepted it and put it. Soon enough, what had happened, CBI intervened. That said that they have investigated the case. It is their court and it is them who will be appointing a prosecutor. This prosecutor, Mr. Tiwari, has to be disqualified because he had appeared in Jia Khan's case as one of the lawyer,
Okay.
right? So he was removed. At that time, the case was still with state of Maharashtra.
Yes. Yes.
And CBI at that time did not, put pressure on Maharashtra state that this is a case of CBI. So the case was still with Maharashtra.
Yes.
And
Yes.
at that time, I remember when this fight was going on, CBI said that if the case is going to be with Maharashtra state, then it will benefit the accused. So I said, how is it going to benefit an accused? You're not even investigating. That itself is benefiting the accused.
Yeah.
Do you get my point? So now then, after 8.5 years, now the case has fully transferred to CBI.
Yeah.
And CBI has formed their own court. So this was the first time the hearing was.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the observation that we got. So now where is CBI benefiting, not benefiting the accused? CBI is benefiting the accused by not investigating the case fully.
Any
by
further? Yes.
signing and rejecting all my applications.
Yes. Yes. Back to square one.
Yeah, I'm back to square one. So then that means that I will have to now make my same parade to High Court and Supreme Court and High Court and Supreme Court, and the saga will go on till God's time. Probably sometime things happen for God's timing to intervene.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I look at it this way. Because everything is happening, whatever obstacles I'm facing, I challenge them, I go ahead. Yeah, and Public thinks that I'm insane. I'm not insane. Public think that I'm
No, it's
obsessed.
not public.
No,
Here,
no,
Rabia
no,
ji,
Rabia
it
ji.
is not public. This
Public
is the
is
people who are
clear about
supporting
you.
the supporting the
Public is
accused who are
supporting
saying.
you. Now they know the truth.
If you look at the comments, everybody is with you. Everybody is.
Exactly. Because, listen, every mother loves their child. It depends upon the intensity. It depends upon how much they can, how much strength they have to go ahead or what. Everybody's circumstances are different. My circumstances are also very different. Whether they want to see that I squeeze my last penny, or I squeeze my last breath, or I
Exactly.
squeeze my last drop
Yes.
of blood.
They will harass you to that extent, Rabia
Yeah.
ji.
And they
And we
start
all know that now. Public knows
criminalize.
it now.
Yeah.
Public is not seeing you as someone insane. Public is seeing you as an inspiration.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And
And
till today, in 9 years, I have not once said that I want the accused, whosoever it is, police says it is Suraj Pancholi. I am saying if it is him, or if it is someone else, or whosoever, I am not playing God, and I am not asking for death penalty.
Yes,
I have made it very clean and clear, even on your platform.
yes, yes.
I am surfacing the truth. Even if they say, yes, it was a murder, but we do not know who it is, but it is not certainly him, that then show me. Give me the proof of GPS, get the BlackBerry, send it to the forensic, show me that it was not him. Or he should give the password and have his BlackBerry opened and show that he was not there. He should
Now,
cooperate.
Rabia ji, Rabia ji, see now another thing I want to ask you is, can you move your case to a BJP ruled state?
I have no idea. I have no political influence or connections, or I have no nothing to. I mean, I can ask my lawyer, but so far my lawyer has also not suggested me that
Because
we should.
this is not going anywhere. In
Prosecutor,
Maharashtra, it's not going anywhere.
yeah, but the prosecutor was
no,
telling. The
ideally,
prosecutor told me.
ideally the next step is, Minaji, because since the jurisdiction of the crime is Mumbai, either it has to be Maharashtra court, or if it is escalating, it will be Supreme Court, New Delhi. So it ideally it can't be tried in any other court. And CBI court, it was tried, and see what is the result. And it's itself is such a joke. CBI telling at the time of investigation that the accused is not willing to give his PIN.
No, Dipti, suppose, Rabia ji says that, see, the case is not going anywhere. CBI has not done anything new, and we are back to square one. I'd like to move the case to another state. It's possible.
Dhruva wants to
Now,
say
Meena
something.
ji,
Yeah.
Deepti
Yeah,
ji,
yeah.
and Rabia ji,
Yes.
if you please let me step in here for a minute.
Yeah,
One
please.
very important point which Rabia ji can make is, there was a psychological test done on Suraj Pancholi.
Yeah.
That itself is the biggest lie the investigation agencies have told. Because psychological tests can either be lie detector test or narco analysis test. If narco analysis test was done, in his subconscious mind, when he was asked for the password, he definitely would have given the password. Because if lie detector test is done, narco analysis has to be done. If narco analysis is done, lie detection has to be done.
Yeah.
There is no choosing game here. Because what happens is, if the victim is not cooperating, the investigation agencies, by their rulebook manuals, have two options. No matter if it is taken in the court as an cognizable evidence or not, these two options are lie detection and narco analysis.
So
Now,
this is
let me explain.
No, you're right. This is exactly what I'm saying. The accused is not cooperating, but CBI is showing as if he's cooperating.
Yeah.
You understand me? And then they are saying contradictory. This is what even the judge noticed, that CBI is in its own contradiction.
Yes.
It is written in the order that they are contradicting. In 2016, they said they have done the investigation, and now they are coming asking for evidences. I mean, then that means you have not done an investigation, right?
See here, Rabia
So,
ji.
Meena ma'am, the reason why I said these two tests are mandatory is because lie detection is nothing but detecting the changes in your heartbeat when you're speaking. Now, if someone is trained well enough to understand how lie detection test works, most of the Bollywood people are trained enough because they are actors and they know how to control their heartbeat. Lie detection test won't work out. So,
Yeah.
narco analysis is done.
Exactly, and he lies through every.
See here, Rabia ji, see, Deepthi and Dhruv, see, the intention is not to expose.
Exactly.
Even
Intent
even
is
in
not there.
SSR
No, no,
case,
So,
it
they
is,
are
there is
hiding.
nothing of
They
the
are
intent coming
squashing
into the
all the
picture here.
evidence. So the intention is not
No,
to
but
no.
not,
prove it.
but
Yeah,
Meena ji,
Exactly.
but this act is not done just for nothing.
yeah, yeah.
You understand me? There are a lot of favors and influence,
Yes.
attached to it. And one of the officer told me, अरे बाप रे, बड़ा influential है, तुम्हें मालूम है एनसीपी वगैरह के साथ में सबके साथ इसकी बड़ी दोस्ती है, उठना बैठना है, किसका, the father of the accused. So I said, oh, really? I don't know. I don't even know the guy, first of all. I don't even know Suraj. I don't even know his father. I don't even know anybody. I only came to know little bits and pieces from their own close friend Anju Mahendru,
Yeah.
and from few other close friends of theirs. I have no idea. Do you understand me? How much money they have, how much money they make. I didn't even know their association with Underworld. I came to know from friends
So
that
what
they
if
are
they're
closely
associated? I
associated.
mean, no, Rabia, you see the irony. They saying that they have influence. I mean, will so from their own mouth they are saying that influence
Yeah, they're
matters
not
more than
scared.
the truth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Influence matters more than the fact.
of
Influence
course.
matter more than
Of
justice.
Of course, because for them, this case is like any other case,
Yeah.
and this case becomes special for them is because of the powers that they can use, because of the influence that they can be influenced with, whether it is a brown envelope, whether it is status or ranks.
So a
It is
question
not
is,
for free.
yeah. So Netra is asking, so can Suraj be subjected to narco analysis again?
Well, he was asked and he refused it, and he has got the right to refuse
Nah,
it.
nah, Rabia ji, let me
Only when
step.
the
See,
court,
according
only
to
when the court
humans,
sanctions it.
no, according to human psychology, if you study human psychology well, if you like practices, there are two ways in which an investigation is done. Okay, I'll give you certain inner inputs about investigation as well. There is something called as reverse order. If you ask a convict to repeat the incidents in the reverse order of what exactly has happened, 85% of the times, the convict or the person who is suspected to have committed the crime won't come back normally. Matlab, he will not be able to revert back normally. But if you go in the chronological orders of events, this can be by hearted. And now, for 9 years, my simple question to everyone over here is Suraj knows that the axe is hanging on his head. Now, let's not take names. Forget about Suraj. Anyone who has done this knows that the axe is hanging on their head. So they are literally living that moment every day for 9 years. So 9 into 365 is those many number of days. They should be well versed now that even if they have forget about narco analysis, even if hypnosis is done, their subconscious mind has been trained now to speak the lie. So there is no point.
Yeah, they believe in their own lies. Now they have come to a point to believe their own lies as
Yeah.
word of truth.
The
So
best thing what Rabia ji can do here, according to me, is when BlackBerry services came into existence. I don't know how many people have used BlackBerry phones. Most of them did use BlackBerry phones. BlackBerry phones did not have the potential normal internet which was there back then. That was called as GPRS.
no.
BlackBerry was
Z10. Please Google about Z10. She was using Z10, and that had a precise moment movement GPS.
yes, ma'am. That is what I want to point
Even,
out. This
to the
particular
point,
network
even
was
to the
called
point
as
somebody,
Edge.
no, even to the point if somebody's outside your door and saying that I'm at your mother's house, you will say, no, sorry, I'm opening the door. You are right there. I know about Z10 that Gia was using.
No,
And I
Rabia
know,
ma'am, I'm trying to get to your point itself. Please let me finish what I'm telling you because I
yeah.
will actually might help you out in what you need. So this particular network was called as Edge network. Edge is nothing but the voltage which Geo is using today. So even if the instrument is not available, even if nothing is there, according to the best of my knowledge, Rabia ji, please correct me if I'm wrong. Jia Khan is a US citizen, okay? There is something called as Better Business Bureau in the US. So BlackBerry has signed a pact with the Better Business Bureau
True.
that
That's
because
true.
they are using this special network, if
Yes.
any investigation matter comes, they will cooperate with the investigation agencies. Now,
Yes,
if
but
Gia
it,
is a US citizen,
yes,
Rabia
by
ma'am can approach US authorities for this.
I have to interrupt. By the way, FBI, the head of the FBI, wrote to us, which we in fact exhibited it to public also. They said they were willing to assist. And then the consulate, from the American consulate, the officer went to Rakesh Maria's office and said, we are willing to help you in Blackberry. And that time the police CP said, no, we are competent enough. We don't need your help. Right? Then CBI, when CBI came, CBI was also again offered the help. CBI said, get away, we don't need your help.
Yeah.
We are competent enough. We look at cases more than you do.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So if they have that
No,
competence,
Rabia ma'am, that is what my humble request to you now is.
because BlackBerry has got a server and it is a Canadian company.
Yeah.
And they have a treaty with the Americans. So, but with FBI, you send it to FBI. They have a laboratory. They say, you bring the phone to us. We will crack it. I gave them
No, Rabia ji. The laboratory which the FBI has, they would potentially not even need the instrument, because whatever this network is in which it is working, I think Deepti ji herself knows this very well. The thing what happens over here is all this is stored not in cloud. This is
Sorry to
stored
say-
in something called as remote access servers.
Yes, I agree. But
So if the
but
IMEI of the instrument is
laboratory
also
can't,
there,
No. Hear out. Here, see, it's not the
so if
case
the
that
IMEI of the instrument is also there, based on that IMEI number, whatever interactions have happened can be traced back. Because even to date, Geo is using a similar kind of service which is called as VoLTE, Voice over Limited Transmitted Emission. It is not the normal calls which we do. It is calls over a data network. And BlackBerry followed a similar procedure. When data network comes into the picture, there is something called as data packets, which we call GB, MB, or KB, which is used. So based on this usage, if an investigation is done here on these grounds, truth will be out. Now, Rabia ma'am, my only request, or rather say with my folded hands to you, is because Gia was a US citizen, you can get it from
Oh,
the
God.
US authorities to come into the
How
case.
many times I have to say that the Americans went and requested? It is a government. A government has to agree. The
They are
police,
not keen.
the police has to agree. The court has to agree. The government has to agree. You understand? When matter
Yes,
went to
ma'am.
see,
See, basically,
that time also,
Now when Deepti ji
Jia
and
is
Meena
American
ji,
citizen, but Jia did not die in America, please. She died
yes, ma'am, I
in
understand
no,
Bombay.
that.
no,
I totally. No,
no,
please let me
Rabiaji. What
finish,
he is
ma'am.
saying is that
I'm
you can
sorry.
write to the no. What he is saying that we can retrieve, we can get access to the information to the.
We cannot retrieve because it's in
No,
the
no, no, no.
custody.
FBI is not your CBI or police here. FBI needs proper permission, and
Proper
that is the
permission. I
irony
know
of
that.
it.
So who has to give permission? The court, the government.
The
Nobody.
agencies, the agencies, the embassies, the High Commissioner of India to US, all these people have to come into the picture. It is not a cakewalk,
They
Deepti
had
ji.
already come. They had already come. They were in communication. They are not giving. So that means it is their agenda, no? When a police, suppose I am a government of I'm from the embassy or government of India, I ask the officers that, can you retrieve them? Yes, we can. So then what am I going to do? I'll say, why should I send it to FBI when my officers can do it? That is exactly the answers they gave.
Then why have we not
Now,
done it?
That is the question now. Why they have not done it? Ask them. They don't want to do it.
they have not done it because the brown envelopes and the white envelopes which come, what Rabia ji said, brown envelopes is in lakhs in the agencies, and white envelopes is in thousands, will stop coming to them. And the most important point that I want to make here at this juncture is, all you three wonderful ladies had planned to visit the PM and the president. So when you visit the PM and the president, the PM is just back from a US tour, so he should be in talking terms with the current government. We can put pressure on the PM that, you being the elected representative of the country and you yourself quote that आप जनता के सेवक हो, आप आखिरी उम्मीद हो हमारे लिए, you are our last hope to sustain humanity and to keep hopes of Indian citizens alive. kindly take this matter into cognizance, sir, and instruct the courts to actually take help from CBI, because the CBI works from the FBI. I'm sorry, because the CBI reports to the PMO, and the president has the authority and the powers in him to even change a death penalty and mercy, like sign mercy for the death penalty.
Look,
Because
whether these people take brown envelope, white envelope, or whatever it is, I am saying the way things are turning out, the way they are ignoring it, the way they are not doing it, that is the common mind. The question arises: why they are not doing it? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? Or what it is? So this is
now,
my
Rabia ji, if you closely
look
note
for that.
this, Aditya Pancholi is believed to be very close to Sharad Pawar. Aditya Pancholi is believed to be very close to the Thakres. Aditya Pancholi is believed to be so very close to Digvijay Singh. Digvijay Singh is a Congress leader. So what happens is, I'm
Then,
sorry to say this, in the
then
country.
what am I expecting? Then what am
No,
I
that's
expecting?
why I'm telling you, no, ma'am. That's why I'm telling you, no. See, the biggest mistake what we as citizens of the country had done is, when the traffic police was, even I know Deepti ji will snap at me now. I really, like, at this juncture, I would not care if all the three snap at me. But when the traffic police was getting a challan on us, we forgot that the constitution itself has written that unless your act in public is a harm to the public, you cannot be booked for anything else. Helmets, seat belts, etc. Unless what you're doing in public is an harm to the public, you should not be questioned. So
See,
if
it's
the
all
traffic police,
okay. It's all okay, but fine. Now here we are discussing on a particular topic, that is Jia Khan's case. Now we have
ma'am,
received a
everything
very
is
big
interlinked, Deepti ji. Everything
yeah,
is
everything.
interlinked. What I'm
But now
trying
let
to
us
tell
talk
is
about
that
the way forward in this case, because if we
Yeah.
the
go
way forward
subject,
is very simple. It is a democracy. It's a democracy. People are the kings. The people were sleeping till now. It is the public of India. It is the normal person. See, Rabia ji has lost her daughter. Why should we wait till we lose someone who's our daughter, son, brother, sister, or anyone? Why not stand with Rabia ji and ask those questions to the PM? Ask those questions to the president. Listen, sir, you are there because we elected you. If we wouldn't have elected you, we would have never taken that office up in the first place at all. So when we have these questions, we are paying our taxes, we are making sure we are responding to every duty of ours. Is our duty just bound to pay taxes? Are we your ATM machines? Sushant has written this in bold and loud on his drives as well. Basic thing, when we go to
Dhruva,
the
okay,
Prime
you are
Minister of
saying
India.
people will ask. Okay, people will ask. People are asking in
I'm
Sushant's
saying
case
for the
as well.
people,
Since past one more than a year, they have been asking in Sushant's case as well. What will you do if the authorities and the agencies turn a blind eye and
Blind eye.
resort to arrogance? They are also aware that everyone knows that Jia Khan's was not a suicide. Everyone knows by now. The public knows. Okay, they are trying to fool most of the people by keeping the mainstream media in their
Now, see,
pockets, because if this truth, even if one channel shows it, then it will catch like wildfire. It will unite people, and everyone will start raising questions in one voice. That is what they don't want. That's why they have
no,
taken
the
control
channel
of the
will be
mainstream
shut down
media.
before all this happens.
deeply sorry. This is truly
The
to
channel will be
discourage.
shut down before all this happens.
Just a minute, just a minute. This is, they are seeing me fighting. They are seeing me asking relevant questions. I've not asked any foolish questions. Relevant questions. They do not want the women of India to become like me. They do not want, they want to suppress women. This is when BBC had made documentary, and the Indian lawyer said that I know the judiciary system, and I know how people look at the mother when she comes to the court and when she's fighting and when she's raising voice. And I see how she's being suppressed as being a woman. So now that is what called the feminism, and how they want to suppress that feminism so that most Indian women do not rise and raise questions at them. Do you understand me? That is the oppression. So only the oppressors can oppress. And this is the only way to oppress me is कि कोर्ट को कह दो झूठ बोल दे, फला को कह दो झूठ बोल दे, सूरज पंचोली को हर चीज के लिए डिनाई कर दो. यू आर नॉट गिल्टी ऑफ बीटिंग her, you're not guilty of aborting the baby, you're not guilty, not guilty at all. Then what is this trial for? then what is this whole judiciary system for? Then why give us encouragement that if something wrong goes in your family or something, then come to us? Why we go to them? If
It means the court.
if a criminal is not embarrassed to kill somebody and feels that he's not humiliated, then why create this judiciary? Because he is doing all what is in his strength not to be humiliated in public. Am I right, Meenaji? Tell me if I'm incorrect.
Absolutely.
And if I sum up the judgment in, simple sentence, Meenaji and Rabia ji, it's like CBI court is punishing the victim's family
Yes.
for the shoddy investigations done by the CBI agency.
And the police.
Does this make any sense?
No, they are punishing me for raising voice. They are punishing me.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to go them to investigate everything. They are punishing me for asking questions.
Now here
They have to
Deepti,
answer. They are bound to answer.
Yeah,
But
Yes.
yeah,
sorry.
Deepti and Rabia ji. See, if we were to approach the president, would that make a difference?
we have to approach the president, Meenaji, and we have to make it a news, and we have to keep the pressure continuously on. If we meet the president even behind closed doors, that will not work out. I will tell you this. I'm telling it this out of experience.
Yeah.
If you meet the president or even the prime minister behind closed doors, nothing is going to happen. You have to meet them and you have to make a public show of it so that the pressure is always there. We met the president, our prime minister on so and so date. He is aware of so and so things.
Because in Arnab's case, it happened.
That is he's Arnab is a celebrity journalist, and I would say that was very unjustly done, to whatever was done to him, and everybody got together and went. In our case, they are expecting CBI to come with some truth and all like that. So do you understand? It's a very different case. We cannot compare Arnab Goswami's case to our case.
Rabia ji, still, let us try. Let us not give up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Rabia ji, listen, we have to
Yes.
make them accountable. Now they're brushing things aside, right?
Yeah.
If we just
Now
put
they're
that
becoming
enough pressure,
dangerous.
the right.
Yeah, they're becoming
Yeah.
dangerous
We-
for common
you-
man. Common man.
You see,
I'm
now the order came. Hindustan Time wrote about it, and they wrote, "Oh, the court is saying that Rabia is deliberately delaying trial. She does not want the trial."
Paid
Why?
media.
It's not in my hand. Judiciary is not in my hand. So how did they write that?
Yeah.
How they can say I'm deliberately? They can say that Rabia is very persistent in knowing the truth. I agree. But what is the deliberation in this? The deliberation should come from CBI, who's deliberately asking court, please give us the ligature, please give us the BlackBerry, please give us all the evidences that police is hiding for so long.
Tell me something, Rabia ji. Do you actually believe Hindustan Times?
Pardon, I believe what?
Do you actually believe reports by Hindustan Times?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I know. I don't even believe in this order. I personally feel, please excuse me, I don't even, when I was reading, I said, no, this is not by the judge. No, this cannot be. This looks
They're adding.
like
They're adding things.
Somebody has written and told him, "Ki you do this."
Yeah.
I feel that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but to my knowledge, it didn't look like a judge's intellect.
See, here I'll also ask you a question, Rabia, and also Deepti. See, is that this is such an important case? Not even one mainstream media has mentioned it.
Yes,
What is
exactly.
happening in the court?
Yes.
I mean, what are these people doing? What's Times Now doing? What's India Today doing? What is
I will
Aaj
tell
Tak
you what
doing?
they are doing. I will tell you what they are doing, Minaji. They are publishing articles praising Raj Kundra's driver, saying how well he received and how
Superman.
loyal
he's a
he
Superman.
is to Raj Kundra. This is the kind of news they are showing.
Yeah.
Shame on them. I mean,
Shame on
we
them.
have.
Absolutely.
They pay. We don't know what happened during the interrogation. We don't know what exactly came out. That person is out on bail. His wife is again out in the society judging celebrity shows and all. And these are the things that they are covering.
Well, let's see, Minaji. I want to conclude now. It was very nice meeting Deepti, and she always is very supportive. And today she invited Dhruv also, who is very supportive. And thank you very much, Deepti, for putting your insight and your the points across. But I am not going to give up.
Yeah.
We are
with you.
we are with
We are
you.
all with
We
you.
are with
Meenaji
you.
and Deepti, with due respect
Even
to
if you,
both of you,
But this not giving up does not mean that I am bound to punish the criminal, because God will punish him.
Yes. Yes.
My thing is, from the day one, I am saying that please don't scandalize my daughter, don't scandalize the dead, because you think that they can't speak. But trust, what is invisible is more visible to the universe than we.
Yeah.
So the truth will prevail. Not today, tomorrow. Somehow these authorities themselves will bend over their heels and say, we are sorry what we have done, unjustly done to those innocent souls.
And also bear
Rabia
in
ji,
mind, bear in mind, Deepti, Rabia, Dhruv, is that see, the more we talk about it in our channel, the more people listen to it. We have about
exactly.
430 people listening to us. It means that the message will spread fast, and we will
Meena ji,
know what is the truth.
that was what I was telling Rabia ji. Rabia ji, when she told that I am not going to give up, I told her that we have to make noise. We have to keep making noise.
Yeah.
She has been
now
fighting
Deepti
alone
ji,
8 years. Wait, let me complete.
Yeah.
She has been fighting alone since 8 years. She is an inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, even after so much of harassment by none other than the agencies and the lawmakers themselves, I mean, the
Yeah.
law
Yeah.
enforcing agencies, she has stood up alone like a tigress. Now
Yes.
we all are with you. We
Yes.
all are with you. And we will keep making noise till they are not, they no longer, they no longer can avoid hearing
Yeah.
or giving a response to.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
the
Yes.
only thing,
Yes,
Rabia
sir.
ji.
It does not become a movement. If they are
Exactly.
doing this to Jia Khan's case, you expect any truth in Sushant's case or Disha Salient?
huh,
Forget.
It's going the same way, almost.
Forget.
Deepti
And
ji, Meenaji and
they
Rabia
will,
ji.
if they think they will give justice to Jia Khan, then there is some hope of justice to Sushant and Disha. Otherwise, the way the case is going, I am very sorry. They will tire everyone till they will say, oh my God,
Yeah.
because it is only a handful of people. It's not a movement of India.
Yeah.
It is not a movement. It is only a handful of people raising voice. I am alone, and they have made even CBI Darpok, has left me alone and gone and siding the accused.
Yes.
CBI
Yani
was
that-
never with you. CBI was never with the truth, Rabia ji. They might have
मैं
kept up a face.
मैं तो अकेली हूँ ना, मैं तो अकेली हूँ. And yes, आप लोग हैं मेरे साथ में, but main thing what I'm trying to say is कि CBI को हमने कोर्ट में जाके और वो किया, please give a case to CBI or SIT or whatever, and it went to CBI, right? Otherwise CBI के पास कोई केस ही ना हो
नहीं.
अगर हम डिमांड ना करें तो. हमने मांग की तो वो केस लेने को भी तैयार नहीं थे, because they knew what the whole outcome.
Exactly. They knew. They know everything. The agencies know everything.
तो अब तो दीप्ति, अब ट्रायल किसका हो गया? ट्रायल तो सिर्फ जज का हो गया ना.
हाँ, वही.
Actually, तो they are going to show the whole world कि look the kind of judge we had. ये तो trial, because trial CBI also knows what the truth is and police knows, and the accused knows what he did, but trial is of the judge.
Yeah. Yes, Dhruv.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Rabia ji, don't take me wrong over here. You said God will come. But what I have been taught from a very small age, I believe everyone has been taught, God doesn't come in his own self. He sent someone who's an angel. And on the earth today,
God
if
will come.
someone is
God.
called the next God, it is the mother. So the God herself is fighting the case. Now it is up to the devotees to support God. See, because there is a very good saying in Kannada, Meenaji will definitely agree to this. Devru vara kotru, pujari vara kodalvante. If God has given the boon as well, the archak, the pujari who is outside, he doesn't give it. This is what exactly is happening. Now, when we go to the president's office, we go to the prime minister's office, we will not need the mainstream media. Everyone is streaming everything live. And each and everyone is copying one another. So for once, let's all get together and put the sincere effort to copy the fact, to copy the truth. Meenaji started a beautiful episode on Sunanda Pushkar. I will not name the people. People started copying Sunanda Pushkar's case, and what they spoke was utter BS in capital letters. So when we go to the president's office, or when we go to when we go to the prime minister's office, or when we go to the CBI, let's put this conscious and sincere effort not to depend on any mainstream media, but to depend on the future media and get this out. Dipti ji, I'm
No, no,
not done.
no.
I have
No.
only
No one
2
has
points.
told. No one has told that ask for a mainstream coverage. I said we have to keep the public informed, and I mind this only social media only.
No, the second most important point what I have to make here is, till the SIT probe doesn't come into the picture, we have been hashtagging, we have been trending Sushant, Disha, even Sridevi, everybody. But unless the chronology follows, a case is pending since 9 years. So why not, if we are dedicating 8 hours in a day for Sushant, why not dedicate that 1 hour and start putting pressure? Because Modi ji is just back from the US. This is the right time to hit the nail in the coffin. Start questioning Modi ji. Sir, you are back from US, you are back from US, you are back from US. CBI reports to you. Give instructions to CBI. Talk to the talk to the President of India. When Rajiv Gandhi's assassin herself, got the mercy petition within 24 hours of filing, what is holding you back to get this truth out? Is that the cabal you're scared of? Is that the nexus you're scared of? Is that your vote bank you're scared of? To
I
get
suppose
elected and selected, this cabal and nexus won't help you. We
no, I
don't need
suppose
money for vote.
Maharashtra comes under different governing thing, right? Which is Congress and NCP and Shiv Sena. So
No, Rabia ji, we
No,
cannot.
Rabia to agree with you as well. When Jia Khan's death happened, it was in 2013. Agreed.
Congress was
70 years is over till
Congress,
2013. Yeah,
Congress was
but 2014 BJP came into the picture, right? It is like it is well said. You are as good known as your last movie. So BJP before the election, their last movie would be what they are doing to Jia Khan, what they are doing to. No matter we are crying out boycott Bollywood, but in order to make this reach their heads, we have to use this as the trick. Even the Bollywood artists, you are known as good as your last movie. Get this movie a super hit. We will make all your movies super
Exactly.
hit.
I mean, I don't understand this thing. Government means the government, the present government, whatever it is. We are not concerned about. I mean, we should not say that it was Congress who did it or BJP who did it. It is our prime minister now. We look up to you.
So let us
The
work on
issue
this
is in
internally.
courts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deepti,
the
let us
issue is
work
in
on
And
this
courts.
Meenaji, one
internally.
last line I had to complete,
Yeah.
because from that time I was trying to make this. I was not, when you three speak, I should keep my mouth shut and just listen because of the aura you people carry. It is very important that we put this into the minds of our leaders. We don't need your money. We don't need the cabal. We don't need your campaigning. Whatever campaigning you would be doing henceforth is the responsibility that you take to justify your election, to justify whatever you had told us in your election manifesto. A 200-page manifesto is printed, not even one page is followed for the 5 years. And if you closely watch it, when the
No, let us
next
not make this
election comes,
political. Sorry, Dhruv. Let us not make this political. Let us just internally discuss this and then get back to it. Okay. So
yeah.
thank you,
yes,
Rabia
ma'am,
ji.
I completely
Yeah,
agree.
thank you,
Thank you
Rabia
so
ji.
much,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Deepti. Thank you, Dhruv. So we will catch you in another session, Rabia ji. And as we move forward, we are all in support of you, and we will
Rabia ji,
take
we
this
are
forward.
with you totally. We are with you, and we
Yeah,
request you not to give up,
yeah,
not to give up at all. I know
yeah.
it is difficult. I know it is costing a lot. It
Yes,
is very easy to say that we are with you. I mean, sitting here and,
yeah.
but yes, you are an inspiration. And if the authorities or agencies are making you believe that you are some insane woman or something, please don't fall for that. Those are one of the mind. Those are one of the games that they are playing.
Psychological games.
Mind games that they are playing. They want to harass you. They want to show you down. They want you to lose confidence in your ability to fight this out.
Yeah. So thank you, Rabia ji. And
Oh, Meena
yeah.
thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
Thank
night.
ma'am.
Good night, Dipti. Good night, Dhruva. Thank you all
Thank
for
you,
Good night,
Manaji.
joining.
ma'am.
And
Thank you.
And Rabia,
Thank you,
making
ma'am,
this
Manaji.
please
Thank you.
possible.
don't quit. Please don't quit, because you are the hope for a generation full of activities to happen.
Yeah. So thank you,
Thank you,
Dhruv.
ma'am.
And thank you, Deepti. All the
Thank you,
best.
Manaji. Yeah.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.